Hi BFs, lovely to be sat here in front of you. I thought I'd put a little video together for us about the thing that I run that's called Song Club. I know I've sent some information about it in the past. We've got a few people who come along, and I'd love it if more of you could come along, particularly as we're now able to do it on Zoom. Oh yes, so here we go. So we've been running Song Club for a couple of sessions now, and the idea behind Song Club was really to help singers get closer to any particular song, both its music and its lyrics. And within Song Club, when we meet, we look at the different ways that performers have approached the same song. So we'll often look at 3 different versions of the same thing. The first version will be the one that's most highly regarded and given best critical acclaim, if I can say it. And we'll look at 2 others as well. And what we're really interested in Song Club is understanding our own particular emotional response to a song. So how it makes us feel and why it makes us feel that way. So what is it within the music or the performance that gives us an emotional response? And that can either be good or bad. We're not quite sure until we start delving into things. And we do also try and analyse what it is that makes us feel that way. So we look at how a singer will perform a song. Often I'll choose a song that's performed live rather than recording, because recording can have a sort of false impression, give a false impression to a song because it's been engineered. So we're really interested in that raw performance that singers are able to give. And also look at how the music and the words interact with each other as well. So how the words have been set to the music by the composer, but also what the lyrics are actually saying and what all the words mean. It's really important as singers. And we also look at some of the physical aspects of how the performance is made. So we'll look at how the song is staged or how the song has been arranged and what the accompaniment is. So there's lots and lots that we discuss. We've had 2 sessions so far. The first one was of the song Strange Fruit, which we chose the performance by Nina Simone. And we looked at how Billie Holiday first performed it back in the 30s. And it's a really interesting song. It's a song that's heavily associated with the civil rights movement. And when Billie Holiday performed it in the 30s, obviously black suppression in the southern states of America were at their height. And it was a really controversial song for her to sing. And the way that Billie staged it was at the end of any of her performances, the lights would go down and she would then stand under a single spot and she'd perform Strange Fruit. And the first time she did it, the house lights went down and she ran off the stage at the end, and people didn't know how to react to it. Was it a piece of entertainment that they'd just seen, or a fantastic piece of political songwriting that they'd just witnessed as well? So we look at the backstory of songs. We often analyse their history, why the performer may have chosen to sing it, or why the composer wrote it, or the lyricist wrote the lyrics for it. And they're really interesting stories a lot of the time. We've also looked at Frank Sinatra's One for My Baby, and we talked about Robbie Williams' performance and Bette Midler's performance alongside that. So really interesting discussions we've had. The next one is on Tuesday the 14th of April at 7:30 on Zoom, and Craig, I believe, is going to be our technical manager for it, but I'll be hosting the evening, and we'll look at Send in the Clowns, Stephen Sondheim's fantastic song from the musical A Little Night Music. And we will look at Dame Judi Dench's performance, and it's a performance that was requested by Helen Hewitt, so thanks Helen for that. And we'll choose a couple of other performances to look at as well. And I've also managed to find some Stephen Sondheim masterclasses for us to look at, where he coaches singers in how to sing this particular song. They're really, really interesting. So what I'll do is send out some details and some links for you to have a little bit of a look at. I normally write a few questions to have a bit of a think about as well, and then we'll get together on the evening and discuss our responses, our emotional responses, why the song's made us feel the way we think it does, on Tuesday the 14th of April at 7:30 on Zoom. Watch this space. Thanks a lot.